What is up, awesome people of the internet? Guys, we are doing a series where we walking through every single team in the WNBA, and I'm telling y'all who, if I was the GM, who I would be protecting and who I wouldn't be protecting from the expansion draft, which happens on December the 6th for the Golden State Valkyries. Now, before we get to December the 6th, today is the deadline of when teams need to submit their 6 players that they are protecting from the expansion draft. That means 6 players that they're like, hey, Golden State, you can't touch these 6. Everybody else, fair game, but these 6 you cannot touch. So we're going to go through the various teams. We've already done a bunch of teams already. Indiana Fever, Chicago Sky, Connecticut Sun, Las Vegas Aces, and now we are looking at the LA Sparks. Now, the LA Sparks were a team that was absolute trash this year. Absolute trash. They have gotten rid of their head coach, brought in a new head coach from the college game, and I'm actually very excited about the new focus of the team, which will primarily be 3-point shots and paint shots. Mid range is not going to be. It's not really going to be LA's things going forward. So that's going to be kind of interesting to see. But it means that there's a slight change in philosophy of like who exactly will be protected. So we're going to go through that. If y'all didn't know, the LA Sparks were 8-32 on the season. Like, again, 8 wins out of a 40 season like thing. Like that's kind of, it's kind of terrible. It's kind of terrible. So they about to right the ship. They about to look to right the ship. And they have some players that I am projecting will get saved in this expansion draft. And there's a huge emphasis on post players. Now, here's the thing about the LA Sparks. They have the number 2 draft pick in the WNBA draft. If they are smart, which I believe they are, they're not going to go for Kiki Ira-Offin. They're probably going to go for an Olivia Miles type of player. They're going to go for a guard who can score. not only facilitate, but a guard that can score. And because of that, this is going to look like a different team. But there's some core players that I do think will stay, and we're going to go down the list. So here's the 6 players that I think for sure will stay. One is Julie Allemand. Julie Allemand is, in my opinion, a really good guard. She was injured for the 2024 season, so she didn't play for the LA Sparks this past season. But she is a scorer. She can shoot the 3. She also can get to the paint when she needs to. She also is someone who's able just to control the basketball and not do anything stupid. So, like, smart player that can, get you around 9-ish points a game. So not bad. Is she a starter for the future for the LA Sparks? I'm not sure. But for sure, she is a key player that you want to sort of keep on your roster. Next up, we do have Rickea Jackson. Rickea Jackson had a fantastic rookie season, a really phenomenal rookie season. I do think that she is protected because, one, you don't give up that type of talent just for nothing. One thing is, Rickea Jackson, her game is about to develop a whole lot more because they're going to be shooting 3s and post shots a lot. The mid-range, which is really Rickea's game, that ain't going to be working. The long 2s is not going to be working in the future for Rickea Jackson just because of the new philosophy that they're going to come in with, that new head coach is going to come in with. So you keep Rickea Jackson and you challenge her, hey, step a couple inches back. Get behind that 3-point line and drain them because I know you can. She absolutely can shoot 3s. It's just she's not as comfortable shooting 3s as she is in that mid-range game. But yeah, you for sure protect Rickea Jackson because Rickea Jackson is a walking bucket. And if Kurt Miller played her the way he should have at the beginning of this past season, she would have been for sure in the Rookie of the Year conversation. But because she only really did stuff in the second half of the season, mainly because that's when she was really given an opportunity. She wasn't in that competition. Next up, I want to talk about Dearica Hamby. Dearica Hamby is the leader for the LA Sparks. I think she is a core player that you absolutely want to keep. She's a player who can just knock down shots. This past season, she almost averaged a double-double, 17 points a game, 9 rebounds a game. She has stepped up. It's always fun when she plays the aces. I think she always gives a little bit of extra oomph. But she's one of those players that, yes, also does kind of live in the mid range a little bit, but she can absolutely, if she needs to, get some 3-point shots up to go. She's not that great at 3-point shots. She's about 34% from the three, but like it's not bad. That's absolutely something you can work with. And in the post, Dearica can be working. She be working, okay? And speaking of working in the post, Cameron Brink. You, of course, saved Cameron Brink. She was the number 2 pick in the 2024 WNBA draft. She did get injured early in the season, so we didn't get to see all of what she was going to be able to do for the LA Sparks. However, she is a tall person who defensively, tough to go against. Tough to go against because she can block your shot like crazy. Block. And also she can score. Cameron Brink, I'm really excited to see what she can do healthy next season. So you of course want to protect that because yeah. Cameron Brink gonna be fun. She's gonna be fun next year. If she can have a healthy year, you in for a treat, guys. You all are in for a treat. Next up, Azurá Stevens. Now, Azurá Stevens, the reason why you're protecting her is because she is just a really good post player. Azurá, this team is very post heavy, like very post heavy. In the 6 players that I'm protecting, 5 of them are post players. Oh well, Rickea can play the 3 actually. So Rickea can do both, 3 or 4. Is very post heavy because I think that really is LA's strength. LA is good when it comes to post. They're not good when it comes to guards, which is why I'm not really protecting any of the guards. But Azurá Stevens, she could average a double-double. She did deal with some injury this year, so that's something to note. But I think she's a solid big that will be coming off the bench for this team next year because absolutely Cameron Brink is going to be the starting center for the team. I really see it as Cameron Brink starting 5, Dearica Hamby starting 4, Rickea Jackson starting 3, and now you just have to figure out who your 2 and 1 is for this team going forward. Julie Allemand probably come off the bench on that front. So yeah. Definitely want to protect Azurá Stevens. I think she's a really good player who can come off the bench and give you some really good numbers. Smart on defense, smart on offense. You don't want to just let her go for absolutely nothing. Definitely don't want to do that. Next up, I have Leigh Yarou on the list. Leigh Yarou is a reserved free agent. She can go somewhere else if she wants. However, I do think that Leigh Yarou actually makes a whole lot of sense for what Lynn Roberts wants to do for the LA Sparks. Leigh Yarou in the post can play bully ball if she wants to. Like Leigh Yarou is one of those players that I think if she figures out truly how dominant she can be, I think it'll unlock a whole bunch of stuff. She's a big body. She is very young. She can score in the paint. She can get some rebounds. She also does have a 3-point shot, y'all. She does have a 3-point shot. Is it very good? No, but she does have a 3-point shot, and that's something that Lynn Roberts can work with. If LA is smart, they would make sure to protect Leigh Yarou because you don't want Leigh Yarou just leaving for nothing. If the Golden State Valkyries want her, you better trade for her and give us something. I think Leigh Yarou is great. Now here's the deal about these 6 players. Again, very post heavy with the exception of Julie Allemand. And that's because I just don't see the current guards for LA really being that good. Well, good enough to protect, I should say. Lexi Brown, I like Lexi Brown, but she's a player who is dealing with illness and whatnot. I don't know if she'll ever have another very healthy season in the WNBA. I don't know if she even wants to return to the WNBA. I don't think it makes sense to protect her because there's a lot of unknowns. Can she shoot threes? Absolutely. Absolutely. And that would be great for what Lynn Roberts wants to do. However, you need to protect people who you think will likely be able to withstand a full WNBA season. And with Lexi Brown, you just don't know. Like, that's no shade to her or anything. I think Lexi Brown is a fantastic shooter. Like, she can score the basketball. But availability is very important, and that's just something that you just don't really know when it comes to Lexi Brown. So that's why you don't protect her. Zia Cook, no, don't protect her. I don't think that makes any sense. She hasn't shown enough to really warrant protection, I would say, above these 6 players I already mentioned. Kia Nurse, no, she is an unrestricted free agent this year. I don't think it makes any sense to protect her. You also have Steph Talbot. Again, doesn't make any sense. Also, I would not protect Ray Burrell. Ray Burrell has had some sparks of like really, really good play. She's a pretty tall guard, sitting at 6'2". She was okay for the LA Sparks this year. She played significant minutes, especially towards the end of the season. I don't think she's more valuable to the Sparks than a Lee Yarou, than a Julie Alamon. So that's why I don't have her as a player who would be protected. So again, 6 players I'm protecting. Julie Alamon, because she's a really good guard that can shoot the basketball and likely will be fully available in 2025. Rickea Jackson, because she's just Rickea Jackson and she's fantastic. Dearica Amby, because Dearica is a flat-out scorer that is the bona fide leader for this team. Cameron Brink, because she's Cameron Brink. And she can block shots like crazy. Defensive juggernaut. Also can score on the offensive end. Also has a 3-point shot as well if she needs to. Azurá Stevens, another player who can step out if she needs to. Also can score in the post. Another leader on the team. And Lee Yarou is a post player who still has not reached her full potential, in my opinion, but she is a big body that when she wants to use it can be very, very, very effective in the post for this LA Sparks team. I think she does have a really good future, and I think it's up to Lynn Roberts, the new head coach of the LA Sparks, to really bring more of that out and develop her even further. So those are my 6 players that I'm protecting and why. What do y'all think? Who y'all protecting? Who are you protecting when it comes to the LA Sparks and why? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one. Till next time, guys. Bye-bye. Also, a really quick thing to note, I forgot to mention it in the main video, but the reason why I did not mention Odyssey Sims is because she is ineligible to participate in the expansion draft. That's because she ended the season on a hardship contract. That means that she is ineligible, so that's why I didn't mention her. Also, Crystal Dangerfield is another player who was on a hardship contract in the WNBA season. She is also ineligible. So that is why I did not mention those 2 players. So it's kind of like, they're in limbo land because they did end the season on a hardship contract. They cannot be picked up by the Golden State Valkyries in the expansion draft. Now, in free agency, they can do whatever they want, but during the expansion draft, they cannot be chosen. So that's something to know. Till next time. Bye.